for what should be. This is Marco and this bout, one of the hottest. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Those counter punches have. Are we about to see the legend Barrera go down? Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. The jab doesn't quite connect. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Oh, Roman Gonzalez is hurt. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. Neither fighter willing to slow down. This is a high-octane battle. Caution being thrown to the wind. That counter punch caught him clean. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw. What do we expect to see here in round two? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning, because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Good counter punching. Nice defense with that jab. That jab doesn't find a home. Punch, counter punch. Just missed with that hook. That counter punch caught him clean. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. That hook doesn't score. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of defense here at all. Rivera might be going down. Wait a minute! Oh my! Barrera has never been in this kind of trouble before! And right back into the fray.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for
despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That was almost a 10-8. On to the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That jab. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. And he scores with the counter. Did you see that? And Barrera is rocked. Marco Antonio Barrera is on the canvas. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Insane action. Punch, counter punch. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Does well to block that left jab. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Talk about Barrera in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown. Here we go to the fourth round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Catch and shoot. Can't find a home for that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Beautiful counter shot. Does well to block that left jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. This fight has a real good flow to it. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Now relax. Just keep him on the...
And there's the bell to start round 5. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Latino just got rocked. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Blocks that left hook. Can't land that jab. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with... Oh, my word! Barrera is down! Can he make it back to his feet? That body shot right there paralyzed him and won him the fight.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
He parries away that left hook. Swing and a miss with that hook. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be. There's the bell to start round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, Roman Gonzalez is hurt. How are they still standing?
It's been a tough round.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. Chocolatito just got rocked. I thought we were going to see the finish there. I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Oh, Roman Gonzalez is hurt. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that at the beginning, you'll get caught a lot more at the end.
That right hook's blocked. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Marco Antonio Barrera is dazed and confused. Down goes Barrera. Oh my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to me.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. So it's plan B. And there's the bell for round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
to see the legend Barrera go down. And the legend Barrera just couldn't take anymore. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Even I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they'll make it up and this fight continues.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagles hurt, your chin's hurt, your butt.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Barrera might be going down. They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. A perfect counter shot. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes. And there's the bell for round 8. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Do you believe what we're seeing? His stamina is off the charts. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd.
Shoulder right there. Oh my! Barrera has never been in this kind of trouble before. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knock.